You alright guys? Welcome. Welcome to this episode, the first episode of Real Wars. So it's going to be 3 individual episodes. Part 1, the pen fight off. Part 2, the Dawa fight off. The Part 3, the pen versus Dawa main event. What reel will come out on top? So I've sort of picked 2 classics from the pen range, and I've picked 2 classics from the Dawa range, and we're going to put them into a real war to see who comes out overall. And then after the second part, we'll do the same with Dawa, see who comes out, and then we'll put the 2 reels to the fight and war. See who comes out on top. Bit of fun. And yeah, just to see really. Obviously, a lot of different people are gonna disagree with me. Having said that, I've got to give an honest review on it. So I'm going to start with contestant number 1, the only, the pen 525 Super Mag Extra. It's a classic example, and you will not find many in this condition. It is literally brand new, knobby mag, and as you can see, it deserves to be in this match. So we're looking at contestant number 2. Contestant number 2, the one, the only, the true champion among reels, the PENN FATHOM 15 Mark 1 with a mag conversion. So guys, we all know out the box, if I'm honest, the 525 is going to be the winner. Just for the simple fact of it's got the mag already built in, and these reels without being magged are absolute garbage. Having said that, we've got to give the reels as they're in position for the real wars. So I've not put my other power handles on them. I've kept the handles the same. All we've done is kept the mag conversion for the Fathom. So at the end of the day, you're treating both reels as magged reels, and it's unfair. So first look, we're going to do a looks over. So as you can see with that, a very tidy looking multiplier, as we all know. 6-to-1 ratio, and side by side, I would say the 525, if I'm honest, looks slightly more chunky. It does. It sits differently, but it does look slightly more chunky. Height-wise, I feel, you know what I mean? If I put them both up to side by side together, the 525, it does look slightly chunkier. I like the look of it. I've got to be honest. The stainless off the gold from the Fathom, I don't know. To be fair, looks wise, I've got to give it to the 525. I really have. I mean, the Fathom's nice. It's constructed as solid cage and stuff on it, where this is, I would say this one's more plasticier than the Fathom, but I don't know, looks wise the 525 is a lovely looking reel, and I don't know, it's an odd one. I do like the look of the gold. The gold is inside for the spool as well for the PENN 525s, but this part of the reel wise, I'm going to give it to the 525. Okay, so then we look forward. So the 525 looks wise, in my opinion, is took it. Okay, I'll give you a couple of overviews. So that's the PENN Fathom, that's the 525. Okay, and in my opinion, the 525 is a better looking reel for the reel wise, not the handle. That's the next step through. Then we're going to go to the handle. So it's not a question for me. It's not. I can answer that straight away. The PENN Fathom has got a lot better handle. It's got more of a power handle. It sort of like steps back out of the reel, then steps back into the reel. When you're reeling the reel, it's very smooth and nice to turn. It feels like it's got more grunting power than the 525. I love to have that handle on the 525. Having said that, it'd be nearer the spool again, so you'd have to change it the opposite way so it steps out, to make it more of a better power handle for that. I am going to look at getting the Gomez handles for these 525s, just to transform the reel, because with a big power handle on, it would definitely transform the reel. So it's something I would look forward to that. But for argument's sake, for that, the PENN Fathom definitely wins, hands down. I mean, it's just a normal handle, complete and flat. That one steps out, not bigger power handle knob on it, and it does crank in better. So for that reason, I'm going to give it to the PENN Fathom 15. Okay, star drag. Star drags on these are nice, they work. Having said that, I feel you get to a point on them and they don't, and then you've got to play around with the reel to do it. And I found it's like that on a lot of the reels, where these the star drag is all the way. You listen to that. Nice clicks all the way. These ones here, no clicks at all. And I feel that was a big upgrade with the Fathoms. So for me personally, the star drag beats the PENN on the Fathom, beats the 525. So we're going to look at next time is retrieval, exactly the same, 1 6 to 1, and we're going to look at as power for the reel now. So power for the reel when you're reeling, when you get a good fish on with these reels, they're powerful. They do the business. Having said that, I feel the little hand, not the reel itself, but I feel the handle, it's just because it's so small. And even if you put it in the power handle position, it's not as comfortable as the PENN Fathom. For me personally, the PENN Fathom, it's got a lovely cranking on it, you know what I mean? And even with the Gomez as well, it doesn't feel like you're struggling at all with the fish. You're heaving the fish up and stuff like that, and they do it with ease. Me personally, I feel for power, the PENN Fathom would overtake the 525. So already the PENN Fathom 15 is taking the show away from the 525. So we're going to look now on speed. Now these reels here, especially when they get taken off and you spin them, they go for a long time. And even if you like clean the bearings out properly and stuff like that, they'll spin. Having said that, these are a free floating spool. And with the mag, if you take it mag off, and I spun that with its taped, it would go and go and go and go for minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes. I mean, they're very, very fast reels. There's not many reels, like proper out and out heavy duty fishing reels, that you can do this with. Okay, and it's a plus, a big plus for the PENN Fathom 15. So, all in all, I've got to give it an overall review now. If I had to take one of these reels and crown it overall PENN champion, what am I going to give it to? As you can see with me just talking about the different pluses on each reel, the PENN Fathom for me puts the 525 behind, and with that would have to be the main champion for me, the PENN Fathom 15, and it deserves to be. Some people would argue, me personally, big fan, always have been. I mean, the original Fathoms do stand the test of time. The original ones when they first come out are still going strong, and if they're looked after in that, they still stay in top condition. And personally, it's a reel that I would not want to be without. It enables me to fish long distances. It allows me to fish short distances. It allows me to fish wherever distance I want to. If I've got an incoming wind, I can lay the bag off. If I've got a wind coming from my face, I can turn the mag on. No wind, exactly the same, let it off. And it holds enough 20-pound knot line to do the business with. And it is, for me personally, the top of the pen. Now, I've got 2 PENN reels there. Yes, there'll be other reels like the internationals and so on and stuff like that, which could be put in the equation. For me personally, these are the 2 classics. It's what most anglers have or have had in the past, and side by side, you've got to give it to one of them. Me personally, I'm going to give it to the PENN Fathom 15. What would you give it at home, guys? Let's hear you in the comments. Looks wise, power, star drag. Ratchet is another one. You look at this with the ratchet, plastic ratchet. You listen to this for ratchet. That personally does it. It does it. Better ratchet on the PENN FATHOM 15. And yeah, what do you think? Let me hear in the votes. But for episode 1, the champion of all reels for the pen in this episode is a PENN FATHOM 15, which will go forward to episode 3 in the final countdown. Check it out.